What's up guys, it's RoboAwesome here, and today I've come up with 7 small things that could improve Forza Motorsport. By small, I mean smaller than some of the bigger features that they have added. Like, these changes are minuscule compared to what else could be done and should be relatively easy to change. And into the first one right away. The ability to change the time of day for races. Right now, at most, we have 3 options: rain, day, and night. And we can't even choose the time of day we want. When there's multiple options, it's completely randomized. When you select day, it could be in the morning, midday, evening, afternoon. It could literally be anything. It could be as simple as adding just a switch to toggle between morning, afternoon, day, evening. I'm not even asking for every track to have a night mode, which would be cool and is needed in the next thing, same with rain. Just a switch could make it so much easier, and we could select what time of day we want. That would be especially great for people who like to take photos in motorsport, but when they want like an evening shot and the game gives them morning, and they gotta keep trying to get that evening shot. The second one is to set the endurance race timer to exact minutes. Right now, the endurance race timer is set in, I think, 15-minute increments over an hour. It might be 10-minute increments under an hour. In endurance races, some people like to do a pace lap. I know the first endurance race I did, we had a pace lap, and it was an hour-and-a-half race, and we could only set the timer to an hour and 45 minutes for the pace lap. So we had to wait like 10 minutes until we could start the pace lap to have a full hour and 30-minute race. And continuing with endurance races, for our third thing, we have having a final lap for endurance races. Right now in Forza, when you do an endurance race, right when that timer reaches 0, the race is over. While in a real-life endurance race, you have to finish the lap that the lead car is on for the endurance race to be over. And once you cross that checker flag, then it's over, not exactly when the time ends. That would be also a super simple change, maybe more complicated than the other 2. This next one is even easier than the last 3. It's just as simple as renaming competitive lobbies. Right now they're called leagues, and honestly, I didn't even click on the thing when I first got this game. I didn't even know it existed until like 6 months ago when I first clicked on it. And I went into a lobby, it's as dead as a doornail. Mostly because Forza Motorsport 7 is dead, but for their competitive lobbies, they should honestly change the name from leagues, because when I think of leagues, I do think kind of competitive, but honestly, I just don't really like the name, and there's so many better things they could have named it. Forza RC, that would not been bad, because that's their like big time thing, but you know, they could name that the Forza competitive lobbies. Basically, they just need to be more specific and advertise it more, because I didn't even go into those, and they're super dead. And also, the races in there are boring, because they make you use like regular road cars and stuff for their made up classes. Like, I don't want to race sports coupes. I want to race like GT3 and GT4, like Formula 1 or whatever. So in the competitive lobbies for the future, they should have mostly race cars, if not at least a spec race. This next one is probably one of the most complicated ones, but it's the improved track selection for different lobbies. Right now, the most specific track selection we have is for the Endurance GT lobbies, where the racetracks have to have a pit stop. But on all the other ones, it's free game. Like, we could get Rio Mini in a Formula 1 lobby, if they had a Formula 1 lobby, which they don't. They rotate between cosmetic, simulation, and ghost lobbies with random classes or homologation specs. It'd be nice if we got, like, realistic tracks for those lobbies. The FIA gives basically every track like a grade between 1 and 6. So like if we have a Formula 1 lobby in the future, we can only have grade 1 tracks on that. That'd be cool. Or if I don't know what GT3 grades need to be, but we can only do grade 3 and above for GT3 classes. That'd make it so much better, honestly, and we could stop getting things like Rio Mini in a Class R lobby. Like, that's... Why would that go well? 23 cars? 24 cars even, on a track that's less than a mile? That's not a good combination. This next one is really important and quite simple, and that is remove special edition cars. These special edition cars are, you know, Forza edition cars, which are like special Forza versions of the cars, and also these rare types of cars that you can only get by doing certain challenges in the Forza campaign or buying off the auction house. I think personally Forza Motorsport, this is not needed. This is a Horizon thing. This was made up in Horizon, and there was no need to bring it into Motorsport. I have never seen a person be like, oh, I love the Forza Edition cars. Some of them have cool body kits, but if we just want the body kits, just give us the body kits on the regular car. We do not need a Forza Edition. That is the last thing we want. I don't care about perks or whatever on the Forza Editions. Only if I'm in Horizon. Forza Edition's not that bad. And rare types of cars, where you can only get a car by doing a certain challenge in the solo mode. First of all, the campaign, or solo mode, or whatever you want to call it, is garbage, and why would anyone want to do it? And second of all, it shouldn't be like that, because Forza Motorsport shouldn't be about car collecting. It should have some form of currency, but we shouldn't have to do certain types of challenges. We should just be able to get our credits, go out and buy a race car. Before I do this last one, I'm going to give out some honorable mentions. They're good things, but they might be a little bit harder than the rest of these to do, so that's why I'm not putting them in as small things. They're more medium things. The first honorable mention is pit stop animations. This one's kind of self-explanatory, but when you go into a pit stop, there's no one working on your car or whatever. Like 2003 games have pit stop animations. Forza's like 17 years behind. Actually 18 now. And this next one is quite big, kind of, but the option for a pace car, and this kind of goes into the first small things that could improve Forza Motorsport, and that's, you know, a pace car led lap, just to like have a start, or have the option to do like, you know, double yellow flags, I think, is when the pace car comes out. I might be wrong about that, but yeah, that'd be kind of difficult to add, but you know, I think the Formula 1 games, they have it, so it is possible, and it would be pretty cool to see. And now, for the number one small thing that could improve Forza Motorsport, active yellow flags. Right now, the closest thing we have to a yellow flag is that caution thing that comes up when, like, someone spins in, like, a corner or so near you, when you're, like, near them. And sometimes it says it wrong, like, someone just gets on the curb a little bit, and it does the caution thing because they think they're going to spin out, and it just completely messes it up. It's not even really yellow flags. It doesn't really help avoid carnage at all. You don't have to slow down. There's nothing stopping you. But what would be cool, for leagues at least, like Forza leagues, not like the multiplayer option, but like literal leagues like FRS and Tora and whatever, is for the host or someone else to have permissions to call a yellow flag, where basically they require you to be under the speed limit, and if you don't, you get a penalty with the Forza race regulations. This would be a cool thing, and could make league races quite a bit more exciting, because right now yellow flags are just, you all have to be in the Xbox party or whatever, and if someone crashes too bad, you're just like, oh, everyone just slow down, and, you know, don't die. This one's probably the biggest one out of the small ones, and I don't even know if I should have included it actually, but we're gonna roll with it. So that's all for today, guys. You can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is @RoboAwesome. Just type it in. I'll put a link in the description too, so go follow me there. I have less followers on Instagram than subscribers on YouTube, which is kind of sad. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. Goodbye.